Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Tombalik again, and today I'll be showing you how to make something quite different. It's actually what we call a bench pin or bench pack. Traditionally, I think it's used by jewelers for them to do things like sawing, soldering, gem setting, but I also find it very handy, especially together with this home kit, when you want to do stuff related to carving. So this one looks pretty awful right now because I've used it quite a lot. You can see there's a lot of wear marks on it. But the thing about bench pack is that it's actually a sacrificial block, so you can make as many as you need whenever you need it, and you customize it to exactly the shape that you need as well. Yeah, we'll use this blank later on. But equipment you're going to need, your back saw, probably chisels, possibly the mallet. Oh, you definitely need a mallet anyway for the hold fast. Yeah, let's get started. So close up a few features of the bench pack that you can see. This taper on the side, and that very obvious V groove, which gives it the two kind of like fingers over here. So naturally with this, I'm going to mark out where I'm going to be sawing first. I won't require such a deep groove, it's just a big piece of wood, so maybe let's try something like that. Yeah, that should be enough. And for the taper, I'll keep it to trying to keep enough flat surface over here so the hold fast can lock it down later on. So same thing with the back saw, but it's a slight angle. Angled cut, you just want to make sure that your saw matches the angle that you're going to make before you do the first cut. Alright, there. The next cut, as you can see, is a bit longer. Might be a bit harder to keep it straight, but it's the same idea. Going at the same angle, then keep that consistent movement as far as you can go. You also notice that at some point, it's going to reach this part of the bench, in which case I'm going to move this up and place another supporting block below. Yeah, I don't want to place this, I don't want to secure this too high up right now before I've started making the cut, because it's going to wobble a lot. As you can see, I've gotten my piece of extra support here. It's just to deal with the downward pressure from this. So I actually decided to terminate the cut a little bit higher up than what we originally marked out. And the reason why is because they will produce a small shoulder over here, which could be helpful. Find out. So if you've seen the ring making video done by CK a while back, you actually notice that what we do is mount the blank kind of on something that's finger-like. This is one of the examples of working the bench pack into something that works for you. Well, clearly this isn't going to fit. So that's when you grab the chisel, kind of shape it down. If you have a rasp or file, you might be able to do it a bit faster as well. Basically what I've done is to chisel down the shape such that I'm able to fit this size of the ring in here. If you have a bigger ring, you don't have to chisel down this much. If you have a smaller ring, you might have to chisel down more. But as long as it kind of can sit there, you can actually start working on the carving. So that's what gives you a good anchor. And if I were to stop using this area, I can pretty much find any other angle I want. See that shoulder over here comes in handy because I can just back it up over here. And another thing I can actually do is cut a smaller shoulder into one of these arms. Which might even give me a bit more support when working on the ring. Other examples of things you can carve using just this bench pack. I mean, if you're making a pendant and you just want to cut something faceted like that, this would be very helpful for it because you've got quite an irregular shape. You can't really anchor it down most of the time, or you wouldn't be able to hold fast something this small, and that's when you can butt it up, whether you want to in like this little groove you have over here. Makes it quite nice for scraping, slicing, and keeps both your fingers, well, all your fingers out of the way because the peg is holding it there for you. If you've got small animal shapes that you want to work on as well, this bench pack will also be pretty helpful just because of the number of angles that you can anchor this piece at. Another video that I might be doing soon is spoon carving. So the bench pack is actually going to be very useful for helping us shape the spoon as well. In the shop we have a lot more machinery, but since we don't have that here, most of it's going to have to be done using chisels and saws. So you can see I'm working on the curve of this spoon over here, and There are a lot of ways I can anchor it. In the V groove right there, if I want to reach the other side. Same thing for tip. Again, the bench rack is really helpful, both because it's safe in the sense that you can keep both your hands on tools, or one of them securing the peg just below here, rather than like having anything in front of you. And another thing is that it's a completely sacrificial block. So say if I cut really hard on top here and my chisel flies forward, all I hit is that shoulder over there. I'm not blunting my tools on the hold fast. I'm certainly not cutting my hand. Tools are not flying. So again, any measurement of the blank you use for the bench rack is actually pretty alright. Over here, this one's about 20 cm long and this one's only about 13 cm. But they both work perfectly fine when anchoring, say, rings or anything else. Again, it's up to you depending on what you're trying to make. And you also notice I've used completely different woods. This is pine, this is African mahogany. One's a lot harder than the other, but again, because they're sacrificial blocks, it does not matter. So that's it about bench pins. I will try to make like a bunch of videos regarding carving some small objects, be it like pendants, small animals, eventually spoons. But definitely if you're interested in wood carving, a good place to start would be to create these bench pins to work along with your home kit. Yeah, might also make a video about how to read wood grain, so small carvings become a bit easier. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in future videos.